All right, we're back with New Generation Radio on AM 1460 KDWA. I'm your DJ Reggie Bauer. Along with me in the studio, we have our guest DJs.
Tory, Behny.
And Eric Baines.
Like a boss.
And it is time now for our weekly dose of fail.
My favorite.
Where we bring you an odd news story or people just being plain stupid, including this one. I think this is very interesting. Looks like it's from Denmark. Germany, okay.
Deutschland.
Germany. A German police force spent 25 million euros on new sporty cars, but they found out that it was not only terrible for chases, but the fancy seats were so narrow that the cops could not get in while wearing their guns and the other equipment.
So
what?
Because the seat was so small, and they couldn't fit all their gadgets in, like, to sit down and drive with it.
It's like I gotta pay a little bit more to get the wider seats.
No,
Yeah.
that's a good thing, because then now they can design holsters that are like you
Guns.
just pop right in the car, and then like when you're about to go pull over somebody, you just get that ready.
I could see that. I could see that working.
I think that'd be like a new style of police cars. I
New
think,
style, please.
I would just get a freaking Ferrari.
and then that's how you got to keep your police officers in fit. You got to make sure.
Yeah,
that
you
got
gotta
to
keep them fit
Yeah,
too.
you gotta
Like
keep 'em in that-
lay off the donuts there, Johnson. Alrighty, the next one we've got here comes to us from Modesto, California. A California weightlifter says he accidentally shot himself by dropping a dumbbell on a bullet. The man was wounded in the shoulder. He told Modesto police officers he was lifting dumbbells in his home Wednesday night when he dropped one on a .22 caliber bullet. The man's name hasn't been released. Modesto police investigators say the man's story is suspicious, but not impossible. Officer Chris Adams tells the Modesto Bee that impact on the rim of the bullet could have caused it to fire. Officers did not find a gun, but did find the shell casing. Neighbors claim they did not see anyone leaving the man's home.
I think it might be a good idea if they keep that name anonymous.
Yeah, otherwise
See,
he's
I
gonna
don't
be-
want to. I don't want to set any bad ideas, but yeah, it's very possible if you take a hammer to the backside of that bullet and
Yeah,
you
it
just
can
smash
just
it.
it can
or
just go.
battery.
It can just go off.
Or,
Yeah,
Or battery, dude.
Yeah. So,
even
I mean,
then.
Actually, my brother, he had a friend who, he's part of the either the Army or the National Guard, and a bullet accidentally went into his pocket, and then he was working with some electronic stuff, and he put a 9-volt battery in his pocket, and bam, went off.
Wow.
Thankfully, it was pointing outward. The only thing that he had was
Jeez.
like a little bruise from the
From the bullet firing off of him.
the casing pushing against his skin.
Wow.
He got pretty lucky there, but
Yeah,
still,
I'd say that's pretty lucky
lifting
there.
dumbbells. Are you lifting it?
Yeah, and then he
I'm
dropped
working
the
out
dumbbell
armory,
on it.
Yeah.
And then
So-
he dropped the dumbbell on it and it somehow shot him.
So a little science fact. Since you say it's electricity, that means that the electricity went through the casing, touching the powder, making a spark, and once it touched black powder, it's gone.
I'm assuming that's what would have happened, or something like
Well,
It's a metal casing, right?
it's yeah, yeah. That's
Unless you're
casing.
playing with plastic bullets, which I
Mm.
doubt.
that. That's not gonna.
Actually, I found
that's
out.
not gonna
I actually
kill
found out
anything.
there's some bullets that are made like with a plastic type thing, so you can shoot like some metal from like 4 feet away, and it won't ricochet and hurt you.
Oh yeah,
It's pretty cool.
interesting.
Yeah.
Alrighty here.
And now I'll get off the topic of weapons.
From somewhere in California, UCSD, so it's San Francisco, a physicist from UCSD used his knowledge and a little creativity to get himself out of a $400 traffic ticket. Dmitry Krykov was issued a traffic ticket for failing to completely stop at a stop sign. Instead of paying the ticket or going to traffic school, the physicist fought the citation by writing a 4-page paper explaining how the ticket he was given defies physics.
No, that's good. I like that.
Awesome.
He probably just
total
nerded.
A for effort.
No, how is that a fail though? I mean, because he beat.
Well, we got wins on here too.
Oh, okay. I got
Yeah.
I was gonna say, it's like that sounds like a win. to me.
That is epic win.
He probably just nerded all over.
Yeah, the paper explained how what the officer thought he saw, he didn't really see, according to the laws of physics. Therefore, my argument in the court went as follows, that what he saw would be easily confused by the angle of speed of this hypothetical object that failed to stop at the stop sign, and therefore what he saw did not properly reflect reality, which was completely different. That was his big argument.
How does
Inception?
reality have to do anything with physics?
Inception.
I mean, okay, it does have a lot to do.
Inception.
Yeah,
Inception.
Inception. But I mean, like, you can see somebody. Okay, next one. Next one.
Yeah, next one. Well, it says here at the end, Before others try this quote-unquote physics defense in before a judge, the professor warned that it took a perfect combination of events for his argument to legitimately hold up. So if anybody's listening out there, sorry, that's just not going to work. And this was a physics professor, too. And he barely got away with... I want to say get away with it, but...
Let's say no weekend project.
So you're telling me this
successfully
professor
argued
at
it.
this great university could not pay a $50 to $100?
$400.
Oh!
$400.
$400 just for that stuff.
Yeah. This is California.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Wow.
Dead serious.
Well,
Remind me never to go to that state. Oh, my gosh.
California.
Wow.
You might want to stay away from Alabama, too. In Prattville, Alabama, a central Alabama judge ordered a man to serve 3 days in jail for contempt of court for wearing saggy pants. 20-year-old LaMarcus D. Ramsey was in a county circuit court on Tuesday to enter a plea on a charge of receiving stolen property. The circuit judge, John Bush, told Ramsey his blue jeans were sagging too low and gave him the 3-day stint. The judge told Ramsey to buy pants that fit or a belt when he gets out of the county jail.
So wait, what did he do?
His pants were... He was wearing his pants low.
The guy in the court was sagging his pants, and so the judge gave him 3 days in jail.
Yeah, you're not supposed to... You got to
Contempt
be
of
like...
court.
You have to wear your Sunday best to church. Not church. Yeah, okay, you're
The
going
court.
to church. No, when you go to the court, I mean, you're supposed to be like
Yeah, like dress up
well-mannered.
and all that, so-
yeah, so you don't get...
He even says, the judge says he finds it disrespectful and a disruption when people wear pants below their waistline in his chambers.
Hey, listen. Quote from Anchorman. Court is kind of a big deal.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I can confirm this. I mean, like, from when I was in middle school, I mean, guys were just sagging left and right. It was ridiculous.
Yeah.
It was really that
Why
bad.
would you do that in the first place?
I even see it around a little bit at the high school even.
Really?
A little bit. Not nearly as badly as middle school, though.
No.
Kids
Not
these
even
days.
nearly. Kids these days. All right, from Collierville, Tennessee. Every day, a colorful character visits a fried chicken restaurant outside Memphis and loudly announces his arrival with a crow. Nobody seems to know where this red rooster came from, but the local newspaper there reports he first showed up about 3 months ago and has been a daily fixture ever since at Gus's Fried Chicken in Collierville.
That's really ironic.
That is very ironic for a rooster to be crowing the day's arrival at a fried chicken joint.
He's probably crying.
Probably.
He's standing up for himself. No. Oh, Stella! Stella!
What does that Family Guy, that dude from Family Guy do? Oh no!
Oh, no. That one guy,
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, that one guy.
All right, let's see.
We have to find a name.
Doesn't say where this one's from, but a blind author who lost the opening chapter to her debut novel after not realizing her pen had run out of ink is at her work saved by kind cops. Trish Vickers, 59 years old, wrote 26 pages before her son Simon noticed she had no ink. Trish's work seemed lost until the pair thought of contacting police to see if they could help with recovering the invisible words. A forensic expert examined the indents made in the pages and used special lights to recover the writing. 5 months later, after working on the text in her lunch breaks, the specialist had recreated all the words and handed the work back to Trish. Win.
That is a win, but
Epic win.
a blind
Yeah.
author.
A blind author.
What?
Yeah.
I've
So
never-
she couldn't see what she was writing, and as a result, she didn't realize that she ran out of ink. Like her
So wait, hold on. What if you know what? So like when you're typing on the computer, you're like, you're not looking on the screen or.
The
Okay,
screen.
You're
You're not
not
looking
looking
at
at
the
but you're not looking
keyboard.
at the keyboard.
Yeah.
Okay.
They have
What-
braille
so if
keyboards.
you're writing and you know you made a spelling mistake, how do you know where to cross it out?
That's
You get what I
true.
mean?
Okay.
That's
Because
true.
like you're saying, I'm walking down the road, but you spelled walking wrong.
It's like,
Well, if you're
what
writing
do
a
you-
book, I don't think it would spell walking wrong.
Well, I don't know. I mean, maybe it's
You
like
be
a
quiet.
yeah.
Oh,
you
yeah.
be quiet.
Oh, I'm
Tory.
being
quiet, Tory.
No, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
All right.
Down
Yeah,
the
it's like, how do you
street.
spell FBI?
Yeah. All right. Oh yeah.
That was a good win. I'd
Yeah.
say that's a good win.
Yeah, that was an epic one. All right, we've got 3 more stories here. Yeah, we've got a lot of them this week. From Denver, Colorado. When it comes time to have your life summed up in 3 paragraphs of newspaper fine print, you can only hope it will read like this. And this is an actual obituary in a Denver newspaper. He died as a result of being stubborn, refusing to follow doctor's orders, and raising HE hockey sticks for more than 6 decades. He enjoyed booze, guns, cars, and younger women until the day he died.
What state?
This is in Colorado. Such was the eulogy to Michael Flathead Blanchard that his family placed in the Denver Post, an obituary to transcend all obituaries.
When?
Yeah, that's kind of
a character
Both.
fail.
It's both, you know.
Setting the example fail, but
Although the guns
at
doing
the same,
it-
at
doing
the same
it
time,
right.
it's like, yeah.
you got it.
All right, from
wow. All I have to say is wow. Ugh.
kids these days.
No,
From-
that's my phrase.
Problem.
Yes.
All right, from New York. Police say a 49-year-old man tried to rob a central New York bank armed with a toilet plunger.
The story so far sounds like a win. I already can tell.
A toilet plunger. I have heard like this guy who robbed a bank in a Darth Vader outfit. I've heard a
I've heard that
guy
one too.
who robbed the bank using a quote unquote handgun, like a gun that's like your hand, like you know, like you
Oh,
point,
like,
you point
you know,
your,
like
yeah,
you
you point
point
your
to
finger.
the-
I'm
yeah.
pointing my finger at you. This is my handgun,
Oh,
but
yeah.
a plunger. What's he gonna do? Like
Hey, it's better than a handgun. I mean,
Yeah.
like when you're pointing
Be
at
like-
somebody like bang
Be
bang.
like, give me some money. This is used.
yeah.
All right, the police tell local media outlets that Lawrence Deptola went into the city bank Thursday afternoon and threatened the teller with the plunger. Can you imagine seeing that?
I'd be like, sir, get out.
it's like
Poli-
How are
is,
you gonna do that?
is this guy for real?
I'd have been like, you gonna plunge the glass or you gonna make a deposit? See a janitor?
are you here to clean the toilets or are you gonna make a deposit?
All right, police responded after 2 other banks had previously called authorities about a suspicious man entering their buildings. I cannot read this without a straight face.
It's fine.
Deptola was arrested after a foot chase and charged with attempted third-degree robbery. It could not be determined Friday morning if Deptola had a lawyer.
Oh, what? So wait,
He
how much is he getting sued for?
he's not getting
Well,
sued.
no, he's just getting
He doesn't get
charged with attempted robbery or whatever. He failed
No.
3 times with the toilet plunger. He probably should have picked a better weapon.
Yeah, no kidding.
Well, I wouldn't even consider that a weapon. I'll consider that a tool.
But it's people like that that make our show interesting, and
Oh,
we
yes.
thank them for that.
Yes.
Thank
Round
you.
of
Thank
applause.
Thank you for.
round of applause. Okay.
All right, we got one more.
And there was much rejoicing.
There was much. Yay. All right, we got one more story here. It's happened to most of us. We suddenly wake up and find ourselves disoriented, wondering where we are, and possibly mistaking a light in the distance for something completely different. Usually it's no big deal. You shake it off, wake up, and move on. If you happen to be a pilot on a transatlantic flight, the consequences can be much more serious.
Oh my
Like,
gosh.
like mistaking the planet Venus for another plane and sending the plane down into a dive that slammed passengers into the ceiling and back to the floor.
A pilot did this?
A pilot, so like he was
What?
he was dozing.
You must be on something to think that.
Yeah, no, it says he was dozing off and like
Dozing? How do
Yes.
you doze off when you're
Yeah.
flying this big, huge plane? I'd be
How
like,
they do that.
I'm
I
flying
don't
a
know.
plane.
It's transatlantic, and you know they've got
That's
the
a lot
pilot
of
and the
flying.
co-pilot, and they take their shifts
Yeah,
or
where's the
whatever.
co-pilot?
You can't be in the pilot seat for more than 8 hours.
Yeah, and like the co-pilot was like the one that was on duty at I think it was a co-pilot that was on duty at the time, and apparently both of them fell asleep at the wheel. And then when one of them woke back up, they saw Venus, and they thought that it was another plane
Well-
coming, so they made the plane dive down to avoid that
Wow.
potential collision.
There's a pilot wannabe right here, you know. and here and now, like, mark that off my checklist. not to
Yeah,
do.
let's just not do that anymore. Don't want to be talked about on our show.
pretty crazy.
It's like 10 years from now, you're gonna be reading a story. This one kid named Tory. Wait, I know that kid. What did he do?
Oh.
I mean,
oh.
out of all
He
the
slammed his
planets, why
passenger-
would you think Venus?
Well, because Venus, like even still at nights this
Oh, yeah.
time of year, you
It
can
was-
look out in the west and you can still see it.
Yeah,
True,
I was-
And when you're above the Atlantic Ocean, there's like nothing else, and Venus and like I don't know if the moon was out or not, but if
Right.
I
But I mean, I would have said, oh, I thought I was going to hit the moon, so I don't. You don't say, "Oh, I was about to hit Venus." Oh, whoa, whoa.
No. He
No.
thought
He thought it was an
he thought
airplane.
Venus was the lights from a plane.
Yeah.
From another plane coming
I was-
on.
I was in.
Whoa, whoa.
I was
Yeah.
in. I was in Florida for spring break. I went scuba diving in Florida. It was freaking awesome. And when I was on the boat in the middle of coming back from a night dive, the Venus was bright. It was brighter than every single star, even the North Star in the sky.
Yeah,
And
you can still see it now.
you could see it. But still,
Yeah, I guess I'd have to be a
thinking-
pilot to really get this.
Or- Yeah.
Yeah, a pilot bored out of his mind for 8 hours.
Okay, but then my question is, like, what happened to the plane? Like, did it crash?
No,
Did
it didn't crash.
Well,
He just
no,
went dead.
they dove and then they resumed the rest of their flight.
I bet
The only people that were injured were the ones that weren't wearing their seatbelts. So there's a little tip for you guys out there that don't like to wear your seatbelt.
That's me. Well, in a car I wear my seatbelt, but on an airplane, I'm like
Airplane, I don't
chillax.
think I even
I don't.
wore it.
No, I don't.
I only wear it during like takeoff and landing.
Well,
Other
Well,
than
that's
that,
when
then
you're
you can
supposed
take
to
it
wear
off.
it.
Yeah.
Okay, well that's actually a good topic. What's your what do you love the most about the plane ride? The takeoff or the landing?
flying. Well, I like. Well, yeah. What Reggie, you go first.
Well, this past summer, I was flying out to Denver. That was my first time on a plane. When we took off the first time, it scared the crap out of me. Like I was like freaking out. I was like, "Oh my god!" and then everything like went smooth. Turned out that the landing was actually a lot worse than
Yeah,
like
yeah.
normal. No, but I mean like this particular one. Even like I was traveling with my grandparents, and like the plane landed, and like it was actually quite bumpy. And my grandparents were like, "That's one of the roughest landings we've ever had."
Yeah,
Really?
my dad, he was in turbulence one time. He does a lot of flying, and he was in turbulence where they had to buckle your seatbelts, and the pilot's like, we're gonna come across some minor turbulence. Please buckle your seatbelts and hang on.
People flying to the ceiling.
No, but it was like foot up and like foot or 2 feet up and down, maybe
See,
more.
I kind
Yeah,
of like
we've
the
done
turbulence.
that. Yeah,
Yeah.
turbulence can be fun sometimes. 'Cause, like it's kind of like it's almost like being at the power tower on Valley Fair. Like
Yeah.
up, down, up, whoa. Oh, we're falling. Oh wait,
Yeah, yeah,
there's
yeah.
It's, I keep going off topic. I was gonna say something.
yeah,
but never
Tory,
mind.
what's wrong with you?
Tory. Get your head in the game.
I gotta get my head all together.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, we will take another commercial break, and then we'll be back with the trivia. You guys will enjoy this.
Okay.
Oh yes.
Don't go anywhere.
Hopefully